What's up, everybody? This is Jason from Straight Edge Lights and Gear, and I got another flashlight review for you today. And today, it's going to be on the Coast Slayer Pro EDC light. Guys, I've had this for a few weeks now. Been carrying it actually quite a bit, and I actually really enjoy this light. I think it's easy to carry. I like the profile and shape of it. Fits nicely in your pocket. Doesn't take up too much room, which is really nice. USB-C rechargeable on the back. Like I said, it carries very well. And as you guys can see, I can tell you I've been carrying it because you can see right there where that blue anodizing is coming off. That's where my work keys have been. I've had it in my pocket. My work keys kind of swing back and forth and kind of been hitting that spot. But other than taking the anodizing off a little bit, it's been perfectly fine. Nice pocket clip there. Coast was nice enough to send this over to me to check out, and I'm glad they did because I really like this. It's a really, like I said, a really cool, good work light, right? So I kind of been, since I started getting into doing the flashlights, I've noticed something like there's kind of categories of lights, in my opinion. Okay, I could be wrong here. You have your, let's just, for the lack of a better term, tactical, or let's just say, I mean, tactical is getting to be an overused word. You have your duty lights, okay? Lights that are specifically, the way they're set up with the buttons and things like that, specific kind of for certain tasks that, you know, when it comes to like law enforcement and things like that. And then you have your work lights. Like, I would consider this a work light. It's not set up to be like a tactical, you know, super cool guy light. It's just designed for somebody who just needs a light that's working, right? That's out on a job somewhere, or maybe you're just, you know, out camping or something like that. You just need a light that's going to work. It doesn't have to be like some ridiculously bright light. You don't need a super strobe mode to blind a assailant or anything like that. You just need a light to help you find your stuff and get some work done, right? And that's the kind of category I put this light into, in my opinion. Of course, I'm no expert, by the way. I'm just a guy who loves lights, and I use flashlights on a daily basis at work. And that's why I'm fairly confident, like when I say that, I feel like this is just a good overall work light or a good EDC carry light. It fits that mold nicely. Again, if you're somebody who doesn't need to be all tactical, if you will, this is a great light, man. It's got all the lumens that you can want or need. It's, you're not having to project a beam 500 yards, or something like that. Then this is going to do a really good job fitting that need, and it'll fill your pocket without taking over your pocket. It's really cool. So let's get into the specs on this a little bit here, guys. So here's the box that it comes in, right? Coast does a nice job of packaging their stuff. It comes, everything I've gotten from Coast so far has always been packaged nicely. They get a lot of the good information on the box for you. And this light isn't super complicated, which is nice, because I've ran into that before with some lights where I'm like, dude, I can't, by the time I figure out how the combination of pushing these buttons, man, whatever the issue is, it's going to be over with, and I'm going to be already in trouble, But it came packaged in here, sat right here. The USB charging cord is right here, so it has the regular USB A, I think it is, to USB-C, but you can charge this with your phone charger. That's actually what I've done with this. I've charged it with my phone charger. But what's cool is, they always kind of come with these looks like a little flyer looking thing that wraps over it, but it actually has all the information for the flashlight on the inside of it. So it's pretty cool because it tells you a little bit of everything that this light can do. And I will be referencing this because I don't have everything memorized. I just know that I've been playing with this thing and carrying it, and I've been enjoying it. But on your light modes, you have a front light mode switch. There's two switches here, right? 1 and 2. So when you turn the first one on, the top one right here, that's going to turn the light on. You got your first mode, a little bit brighter, moonbeam kind of mode, and then it goes to off. So I believe what you're looking at here is you got medium, high spot, low flood, and then I think if you press and hold it down, it goes turbo. Yeah. So those are pretty much kind of your different modes that you can go through. You got medium flood, high spot, low flood, and press and hold it down, you got turbo. Okay. Now what's cool is you do have a memory function on here. So if you don't want to have to, let's turn this off. You don't have to cycle through everything. You can kind of put this to whatever mode you want. So let's say I want high spot, right? So once I get high spot, the secondary button, if I press and hold it down, see how it flashes green there? Now this secondary button, whenever I turn this light on and off, it's always going to go to that last section. So it's kind of cool because you can set this light up. You can either cycle through all the modes, or you can set up a secondary. Hey, I always want this secondary button to be high spot. Bam, I push it, it's high spot. High spot, you know. If you change your mind, right? So you turn the light on, you go through your different modes. I want it to be, let's see, what was it? I always want it to be low flood, right? So that's low flood. Again, you can always reset the memory by pressing and holding this down. You'll see that green light flash. There you go. Now, whenever you turn this on, it's going to be your low flood mode. So it's nice because you have the different options of being able to cycle through. So let's say you want your memorized one to be the low flood, right? But you're like, oh crap, I need spot mode like right now. Well, if you press and hold the top button down, bam, it'll automatically bump you up to your turbo mode, okay? And then you can press the button, the secondary button, and go right back to your low flood. So it's nice because you can kind of jump up to the turbo super fast if you need to, which is a nice feature. That's pretty much about it. Like I said, it's kind of one of those things where it's not an overly complicated light. I mean, you have your certain modes, which are very nice, and then you have the memory mode, which I still get the light on. And that's it. That's all you need. Like for a work light, what more do you need, right? It's pretty sweet. It's just like, bam, here it is. Get it done. Let's close this box up because I think the specs for the looms are on the back here. Yeah, they are. So on the lumens, your flood medium, let's get the flood medium. This flood medium right here. You're looking at 205. High flood, you're looking at 380. Spot, you're looking at 540. And then low flood, you're looking at 42. And if you press and hold down, you go to turbo, you're looking at 1150. Okay? So with the medium flood, right here, you're looking at 32 meters with a runtime of 4 hours and 15 minutes. With flood high, you're looking at 380 looms again, 43 meters, 2 hours and 30 minutes. Spot, oops, I just turned it off. Spot, you're looking at 540 looms for 106 meters, 2 hours and 30 minutes. And then your low flood, right here, 42 looms, 14 meters, 11 hours. And then on turbo, you're looking at 1,150 looms for 130 meters with no runtime. Okay, so it's pretty bright. Light you up. But again, I like how you're able to either cycle through it and set that memory, turn the light off. Like I said, if you press and hold the top button, you automatically go to turbo. And then you can cycle through if you need to. Or you can just turn it to your regular mode or turn the light off. So you're able to easily kind of get through. It's not overly complicated. Like I said, I've got another flashlight that I've been having a hard time wanting to do a review on because the button sequences to get through all the modes is kind of so complicated. I'm like, it's like if I needed that light quick, fast, and in a hurry, I'd have some problems. So pretty much that's the basic overall light, right? Kind of seen it in person now, seeing kind of the modes. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait for it to get dark, and then what we're going to do is we're going to utilize my backyard here, like with some of my other light reviews. Let me pick you up here. Whoa! So what we're going to do is, sorry, I had to walk around my bar set up there. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip the camera around. I'm going to show you. I have 2 propane tanks sitting out here, okay? Let's flip it around for you guys. All right. So this is my backyard. From where I'm standing to the 2 chairs way over there, that's 60 yards. This first propane tank, the low one right here, that is 20 yards. The second propane tank, the tall one, that's 40 yards. So when it gets dark out here, guys, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you what these light modes look like from here 20 yards. See, we'll show you what you could see out to 20, 40, possibly even 60 yards. The trees are, the blossoms are happening here on this cherry tree. We'll kind of show up into that tree, which you can look at, try to shine up here in this palm tree, kind of look over here. Obviously with a low lumen one, you're going to probably be looking over here in this area. So we'll kind of run you through all the different cycles. And what I'm going to try to do with that as well is when we're doing that video, I am going to try to hold the light out here so you can see me pressing the button. Somebody recommended that I do that while we're doing the video. It's going to be dark. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see me pushing the buttons, but we're going to give it a shot. A viewer said, hey, it'd be a good idea to do that. I'm not above trying it, so we will give that a shot. We'll hold the light out here and we'll run through the buttons and turn the light on and see what it looks like. All right. Does that sound like a plan, everybody? It sounds like a plan to me. So let's see what this Coast Slayer Pro can do at night. We'll see you in a little bit. All right, everybody, we're out here. It's dark now. We're underneath my gazebo still. I got my ambient lighting here. We're gonna run this through its paces, see what we can see out there. Again, remember the small propane tank's at 20 yards, the taller one's at 60 or 40, and then the far corner is 60. So let's flip this camera around so you guys can see what's going on out there. All right, top button right here. This is the first light mode. So this is your medium flood. You can see that first tank fairly well. The second tank, I can tell it's out there, but it's not super. I can just tell that it's there. It's not like it's like I can definitely define it, you know. If that was something that I didn't know what it was, I'd be like, okay, there's something there. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but I know there's something there. You can see up here into this tree. You see the blossoms and everything kind of come over here. See this windmill and things like that. So that's pretty nice. So one thing I did figure out with this light is when you have it on its one setting, like I turned it on with the front button, right? When that light is on for a certain amount of time and you click it and you think you're going to go to the next light cycle, it won't. It'll turn off. Okay. So once you find a setting and you have the light on for a certain period of time and then you hit that button again, it will, instead of cycling through, just turn the light off. So keep that in mind. Okay. So we're turn on. This is the medium flood. If I click it fairly quickly, now I'm at the high flood. So I can definitely see the first tank a lot better. I can definitely see the second tank a lot better. See up into the trees, see the windmill and stuff like this. See these bushes, everything over here. I can't really see out to the 60 yard. Pretty much about the 40 yard mark is, you know, pushing the limits with this flood. So now this has been on for a second, looking around, right? I'm going to push the button again to try to go to the high spot, and it's going to turn off. Bam, right there, like so. Sorry, my hand dropped out of the frame. So keep that in mind. If you're on a certain setting for a certain amount of time and you click the button, it will turn off. So we're going to turn on. That is the medium flood, high flood. Now we're at the high spot. Now I can definitely see the first tank, definitely see the second tank, and I'm pushing out 60 yards. I still can't see those two chairs that are way out there, but I can see the trees a little bit. It's kind of illuminating the trees. It's kind of got a nice soft white light out at the farther distances, but up here up close, you could definitely see everything way better, right? So let's turn this off. Then we're going to go through the cycle again. That's medium flood, high spot, and this is that moonbeam setting. Now this one is definitely really low. This would be more for your admin type tasks up close, not trying to blow out your eyes at night. I could tell that first propane tank is there, but it's not super visible. You can tell there's a tree there, and you know, it's not super bright as you can tell, but hey, that's what the moonbeam's for, right? So it's not to blow your eyes out, it's for the smaller admin tasks. Now I'm going to hold down the button and we're going to kick this up to that turbo mode. All right, yeah, we can see, right? So definitely see that tree and all those blossoms in their glory, all this stuff over here. The first tank is clearly visible, the second tank's clearly visible, and now I can definitely kind of see out to that corner. But is it definitely spotlighting that corner? No, it's not. I can just kind of get some light out there. If there was somebody hiding out there or something, it may be a little bit hard to see them. but you can definitely tell it's getting out there to some degree. And it did step down. I pressed and held it for a certain amount of time, and it did step down. So let's try that again. I'm going to press and hold it down, go turbo. So we're on turbo again. Definitely see over here very well. And now watch, I'm still holding it down, and it's going to step down here. It's probably going to run for maybe 30, 40 seconds or something like that. Or, you know, it's probably a built-in safety feature because the light will get warm, and when it probably gets to a certain time or temperature, it probably steps it down. But yeah, this turbo mode is definitely pretty nice. There it goes, a step down right there, and I'm still pressing the button. So if and like it turned kind of orange on me to tell me like, hey, it might be getting a little too hot there. Let's step it down a little bit. So we're going to turn that off. Now I had preset the secondary button to moonbeam. So there we are at the moonbeam again. But I don't want to necessarily do moonbeam, so let's turn this on. We're going to go to high spot, and then we're going to press and hold this button down. You'll see the light flash green. There it goes. So now, whenever I use this secondary button, it's going to go straight to that mode. It's going to go to straight high spot. Bam, right there, high spot. Now let's see if we hold that second button down, if it will take us straight to turbo. Nope, didn't take us to turbo. It just kind of flashed again to say, hey, we're still on high spot. So if you ever want to go straight to turbo, you do have to hold the top button down and to kick it into turbo. There we go. Very nice. So in a nutshell, those are the light modes, and those are how the buttons work. Top button will turn the light on and run it through its cycles. If you press and hold it, it will go to turbo. Again, if you leave it on a certain cycle or certain setting for a certain amount of time, which I wasn't counting, sorry, and then you hit the button again, it will turn the light off. So keep that in mind. If you need to step it up, you might have to cycle through the buttons again. The memory button works really well. So whatever you normally use your light on, definitely set that memory button to it. That way you can just click it. You're right there at the setting. You don't have to cycle through anything. And which I think is a nice feature, because actually the way I carry this is I put it on the high spot on the memory button, and then I just know that if I press the front one, I get turbo right away. So that's how I usually carry it, but obviously you do what's best for you and whatever work environment you're in. But for an EDC light, this thing is really nice. I think it's cool. They do have multiple colors available for this. I just happen to have the blue. The pocket clip is right, it's deep in the pocket, so it doesn't really stick out. Again, it doesn't take up a lot of room. So it makes it just a kind of a nice light. It's not heavy, even though it looks big, it's really not. It's not heavy at all. So for an everyday work light, carry light, if you don't have to have all the cool kind of duty features that some other lights have, I would definitely look into this Coast, because at the price that this is coming in at as well, you almost kind of can't beat it. So definitely go check out the Coast Pro, the Coast Slayer Pro, I'm sorry. It's definitely worth looking into. I like this thing, it's cool. All right, everybody, we're going to wrap this sucker up. I got to go make dinner still. So you all stay safe, stay bright, carry on, and we'll see you on the next one.